Ahoy, hi guys. So, I had a meeting in Pilsen. I was looking for some accommodation and I found out that recently there is a new one. It's called U Zlatého beránka and it is themed as a vintage Czech lodging. And what's more interesting, it is inside of a beer spa. So, it sounded like what could be better in Pilsen, the home of Pilsner Urquell. So I decided to give it a try. And here's my review. Let's start with the location. As you can see, it is perfect one, right in the city center close to Náměstí Republiky. If you are familiar with Pilsen, you might be worried a bit as there is also a tram, but you don't really have to worry about it because at first you are walking through a corridor and then you are technically reaching the beer spa and the lodging, so you don't need to have any worries when it comes to the noise from the city center. And once that you enter, you see this sort of a private location that's for the guests of beer spa and those that are staying within 3 of the rooms that are available. So what you need to bear in mind is that this is not a traditional hotel. As there are only 3 rooms, they don't have 24/7 reception. The reception is open only during the same times as the beer spa. So meaning that if you would be arriving late or early, you have to communicate it with them in advance. I was asking what happens if I'd like to leave the room a bit earlier than the opening times, and they told me that there is some box where I can leave the keys, so I'm assuming that they would also be able to prepare the keys there for you if you are arriving kind of late. So then at the reception you can book for yourself a spa hour if you haven't already done it, but you can also just check into your room. They are selling there some nice souvenirs, so it's really a great possibility if you are staying for the first time in Pilsen. Alright, so then I went to my room. I chose the one called Hop, and it is truly styled in a nice way. I think that it's kind of unique in Pilsen to find such a styled theme. What you should just know is I was staying there in autumn and the floor was quite cold and I didn't find any slippers for guests. So maybe be prepared for that. I'm guessing that during the summer it might be quite comfortable to stay there. During the winter you will have to take care about the heating of the room a bit more. The information was written there in English, so I guess that they are focused on international travelers. And right, then there is one more thing that you should know about, and it comes from the fact that it's not really a big hotel chain or whatever, so they are not serving any breakfast at the spot. They have written there that they are able to book for you a breakfast in a hotel nearby, but I didn't choose this option as I'm familiar with Pilsen, so I decided to go to a cafe for breakfast. Other than that, I was quite satisfied. So if you are looking for an interesting place to stay, you can have it in mind, and also it's a nice touch that you can combine it together with the beer spa. So thanks for listening and have a nice day. Soon comes another review. Bye bye!